God is more of a king than a father.
Yeah.
He's more of commander-in-chief than dad. You don't go to him for counsel, you go to him for orders.
Yes.
So my prayer life was that.
Yeah.
My prayer life was, if I go to God, I need to figure out what happens next.
Yeah.
I don't go with burdens. Like whenever they heard the king was coming, they dropped everything.
Yeah.
The king is coming.
Yeah.
If your hair is not combed, you need to look right. If
Yeah,
you're not
you
wearing
look nice, yeah.
because the king is coming.
Yeah,
everyone must be in position of worship to the king. If he passes here, you need to be ready. And they kind of suffered consequences after that. We have not taken that with us to say, man, the king is always with me. Who am I in his presence every day? That's my worship. And music isn't mentioned in the first instance of worship. Abraham, when he went up with Isaac, that was worship.
Yes.
You know, whereas worship is a posture. It's me deciding my whole life is given to Christ.
Yeah.
Like, I love how Paul puts it in almost every letter. He's like a prisoner of God. It's harsh language.
Yes.
It's very harsh language because it's like, why can't you be just a man of God? It's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm a prisoner to this thing.
Yeah.
It's this me gospel. I think now everyone is singing the me gospel. God bless me. God increase me. God do this for me. God save me. God increase me. No one's giving praise and worship to God anymore.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to yet another episode of what we call Christ-like Conversations.
Let's go.
Yeah, my name is Lunga Combs, your host, and thank you so much for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell button.
Yeah, the whole thing.
You're a YouTuber, you know. Tell them what we need to do.
The whole chat, man. The whole chat. Make sure you do that, guys. Make sure you do that.
Yeah. Today, I have a very special guest, Sandy Simelane. Sandy, what's your full name?
I got 3 names.
Which one is the most important one?
Sandy.
Sandy.
It's the one. Yeah.
So is that the full name, Sandy?
It's Sandy.
Yeah.
I actually get this quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. People are always like, well, then what's the full name? Like, no, it's Sandy.
Yeah.
That's it. Like on the ID. Yeah, like even at work, I had somebody who was doing my dogs and they saw on the ID, like, it's actually your full name. I was like, yeah, I was not.
And your second, third name?
Nkosenhle Thozamile.
Nkosenhle. Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. You Swati?
I'm Swati. Yeah.
I thought you Ndebele.
No, I sound a bit Ndebele.
Yeah.
I have family that they stay near that side.
Yeah.
So, but Ngimswati.
Yeah.
Ngimswati. Not from Eswatini, but yeah.
You that Swati who...
Yeah. We popped up somewhere.
Yeah, I'm Zulu from Southdale, so yeah.
Exactly.
It happens.
Exactly.
Yeah. How you've been, bro?
Nah, man, all has been well. I think God has kept us. We started this year in huge transitions, but man, it's been good. I don't think we can complain that much. So, yeah, I think we're finally in prime age, as the world calls it. So once you hit the big 3-0, it's time to scale up. It's where everyone is like, okay, so what's happening in your life now? You're no longer
where
learning
you going?
anything.
What's the direction like?
Yeah. So, but we've been good, man. We've been growing steady. Family's been doing well. Everybody, I think so far we really have no complaints. It's just growth.
Yeah, God has been good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, we've been trying to do this podcast for the longest time, bro. I remember we said we were going to do this right after we shot.
Yeah, that was almost
2 years ago.
It's almost 2 years.
Yeah, it was October 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was 2 years.
I wasn't even married at that time, guys.
And I think you just recently had...
No, I was getting married in December. Oh. Yeah, because I got married in December 2024, yeah.
That was a long time ago. We've been trying to schedule this, so...
Yeah, we've been. So I always like to start the episode with how I actually met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to give context to our subscribers, our Christies, the first time I met you was when I actually shot your wife.
Yeah.
Didn't shoot her, but you know what I mean, guys.
Yeah.
And how do I meet your wife? So on my Instagram page, someone says, please interview this person. And then they just write their handle. And I'm like, okay, who's this person?
Yeah.
I go into their Instagram page. I like their content, because they push in Christ.
Exactly.
She comes through. We have a chat. And it blows up, and it actually does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
We get the views, we get the subscribers.
Yeah.
But we also get the impact, and that's the whole purpose of the impact. of this episode, to impact and play an impact in people's lives. So that's how I actually met you. I mean, you came with your wife to support.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think from that day we've exchanged numbers.
We've been brothers ever since. Yeah, like it never changed.
Yeah, we've never had like a time to actually sit down and do this, but we've been planning on doing that, you know. And my first question to you would be the friendship. How do you get friendship that is equally yoked? I mean, it's your wife spoke about being equally yoked on our podcast on the episode, and I think that's what made a trend, or made that clip trend.
Yeah.
But in a friendship, I mean, how do you get friends that are equally yoked?
Yeah, I think going to kind of how we met, because life is so sporadic at times.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pick and choose friends. You know, I think living in the society that we live in now, we don't really meet people like we used to. Everyone is algorithm now.
Yeah.
So you kind of find someone and be like, oh, I like this about them and I like this about them, and so we get to connect.
Yeah.
So people meet each other in friendship spaces, in church, but even in churches, still there's that lack of being interested in the other person in terms of friendship. But I think what has worked for me is understanding where God wants me to go, and then surrounding myself with people who are actually already there. So most of the people that are around me are way ahead of me.
Okay.
Like they're guys I look up to. They know when I call I need advice.
Yeah.
So, but we're still boys.
Yes.
So
yes.
I was like, if I'm gonna get into a position where I am aligned with what the man that God has called me to be, I need to be with men that I want to be like, men that I admire. And so it was easy to then find that common ground to be like, okay, like my wife will tell you this, I hardly have friends who are not married now, and I didn't even choose this. Like I didn't choose
it.
This.
Happens, yeah.
It just happened. It just happened where I found myself where most of the men in my life are married.
Yeah.
Most of the men that I literally would just go to my contacts and call immediately are married, and I was like, man, I didn't choose this, but I was like, this was something that inevitably I wanted to get into, and I was like, I saw myself being that. And when it happened, these guys were already around me. They're already there. So being equally yoked is as important even when it comes to friendships.
100%.
It's as important because our character is really that deep.
Yeah.
And when it comes to walking with Christ, it's that deep. I think sometimes it's just a Sunday thing. It's like, oh, no, it's Sandy from church.
Yes.
And that's just it. Like it's the guy from church. And so being equally yoked has taught me that as much as we have to walk with Christ together, but you also got to walk with people that are of your nature. And even in the differences that you have, it's still like I'm still walking with an upright man. We may not like the same things, we may not watch the same things, we may not have the same job interests or goal interests, but that's a stand-up man. You know, he has righteousness within him in whatever he does. And it's like, I don't need to like what he likes for us to be friends.
To be friends,
I just need to know he has poise and character that I can draw from that to be like, if Lunga is a farmer and I'm here, I'm a digital creator.
Yeah.
But he's righteous wherever he is. He's dedicated to that.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I think are quite important to feed off of. Instead of feeding off of interest, character. So for me, that's a whole
important
marker. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I know we both like the same team.
Yeah.
Orlando Pirates.
Exactly.
Tlhape Nkulu.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
Tlhape Bafundisi.
Yeah, Tlhape Bafundisi. Tlhape Sepaipeli.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we don't like the same English Premier League teams. And I think I get what you're saying, where interests to per se, we may not like this, but we get along with this.
Yeah.
But how do we then find a balance to, I mean, you are not born again.
Yeah.
You were first born. Maybe you were born into Christ, but you made a decision to say, I want to be born again. And then when you make the decision, and then there's this friends who you were chilling with in this manner, how do you then find a balance to say, okay, these are not my friends anymore. This is where I'm gravitating towards being equally yoked. Do you have friends that you chill with that drink?
Yeah.
Like, how do you work around that?
Yeah, I think high school was, that balance for me, because I grew up in a house where my dad is a worship leader.
Okay.
My mom is an intercessor at church. So I'm growing up in church, from grandparents all the way to immediate family. So now I find myself in a position where I'm at school and I got to participate in daily activity with my friends, and they don't do that. And the weird part is I kept them. I kept my friends who did not grow up in the same environment, and we got along because I immediately distinguished my background and said, okay, I may have a different background and I act different, but there are things I won't do with them. And they began to know that very early. I mean, it started off as, people make fun of it. But then there were serious moments where they were like, yo, we trust you not to do this.
Yes.
I remember one farewell, there was grade 9, because the school ended up till grade 9.
Yeah.
And we there, and as everybody's getting in the bus, everyone's giving me their phones. Like everybody's just walking to me like, my friend started first to be like, I'm done. And I was like, I know, I got you.
Yeah.
Then Mbuso comes and the other one comes. And then all of a sudden, because it was 2 grade 9 classes, the rest of everybody, now I got to open my bag. I'm like, just throw him in
just
here.
throw him,
Because everyone is like, he's the responsible one. He's not going to do what we're going to do.
Yes.
So if anyone's going to look after our phones,
it's
the sober guy. So I was like...
You're that guy.
Yeah, I think that was a day of revelation for me.
You were the designated driver, basically.
I sat in the front seat because I wasn't singing with them. And I was with the driver and the teacher. And that was like a wake-up call for me, where I was like, I can be in this group and still be myself and not feel like I'm useless in this group. So even in the whole event itself, like I was having fun playing pool, jumping in the pool with everybody, the slide, but I wasn't drunk with everybody. And they subconsciously knew this to be like, hey, what time is it? And I was like, it's this time. Are we still good? I'm like, we're still good.
Yeah.
So I've carried that with me even now.
Yeah.
Where I know how to accept the difference in somebody and then know what to stay away from in somebody. I feel like there's a marker where I'm just like, okay, you in too far deep in what I won't go into, so I'm going to keep my distance. But if I'm like, because people will live worldly, and we are called to call them.
Yes.
So it's what Jesus does. He sits in their company but doesn't participate with them.
Yes.
So what we do today is we flip it. We go,
don't do that. Why are you doing that? Yes.
Exactly. So we now, there's no way to reach that person if you're not going to even have an encounter with them at all.
True.
So, and you learn this as you grow, even in workspaces where people are different. But just like I was saying earlier, if this person still upholds integrity, it's like you have integrity. You and I can sit in the same room and hold space, but I know I'm not crossing this line. And if you're not going to cross the line yourself, then it's fine. But my integrity won't allow me to go that far. And eventually being like, hopefully my character will overpower whatever he has. Because self-awareness is important in those moments where you go, okay, I think I need to remove myself from this space now.
Yeah.
So making examples, as a married man, there are spaces where you're like, as much as the boys are like, Asvayin, you're like, no,
it's not my vibe.
It's not me. As a married man, there are things I won't do. And I think that's also the importance of being equally yoked. Is like, if I call you and I'm like, Lunga, I don't think I can make it the wife, you don't need no more explanations.
Yes.
Because you're like, I have a wife.
Yes.
I know exactly what he means. I know that she's going to take top priority in whatever this is.
Yes.
I'm not going to get angry about it.
True.
Which is what led us sitting here today, because we were both like, we understand that the fact that life gets busy.
Yeah.
So when we had those moments, we're like, find out we're meeting. Yeah. And then you called to be like, bro, something came up.
Something came, yeah.
I'm not mad at you and thinking our friendship is over. It's like,
100%.
No, as a man, there's something that came up. If he's not willing to share that with me, I can't get mad at that.
Yes.
So that's why it's important in that regard to know that I'm not crossing a certain line. Whereas with other guys, they're like, we flow.
Yeah.
We flow. Exactly. Whereas they won't understand because they're not in that position.
They're not married.
Exactly. They're not in that position. So I think there is that demarcation where if you are with friends who are not married, they have to respect the fact that if Sandy calls and says, guys, I'm not making it, our first assumption is he has to take care of home.
Yes.
Home, he has to take care of home. So that's when you know you have true brotherhood in that sense, and true friendship, where it's not up to them trying to influence what they do on you or vice versa. It's just in the end, they'll just be like, how are you this clean? How are you this poised? How are you this accurate with your decisions? How are you? So I think I view it in that way, that you don't have to push people away because they're different.
Yeah.
You can coexist because you like different things.
Yeah.
And hopefully, eventually, us being Christians get to win them over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a song that we used to sing at church that says, in your how am I going to sing this song? In your way, it would be, my father was a worshiper.
Yeah.
My mother was an intercessor.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like this.
Yeah.
So your father was a worshiper.
Yeah, my father was a worship leader.
And
all his life. All his life. I've never known him to have a circular job, ever.
You lie.
Like, that's all he did.
Yeah.
My mom was an intercessor and a teacher, so she kept the house afloat. So
before you get your mom,
Yeah.
let's deal with the worship thing.
yeah, man.
Because now it's generational.
Yeah, it trickled down.
It trickled down. Now it's on you now.
Yeah,
but
man.
it started with your father.
Yeah.
And he's a worshiper.
Yeah.
And you hear him worshiping at home, or it's just something you see at church.
Yeah.
Have you seen him worship at church?
Yeah, he was a worship leader at El Shaddai Tabernacle Church. That's the home church we went to. All my life, I never attended Sunday school.
You're lying.
I never did.
You skipped the stage, my man.
I skipped Sunday school because I wanted to watch him sing the whole time.
You're lying.
Like, my mom
And he let you.
Yeah, my mom, even the pastor, like, it was at a point where they were like, you can't get Sandy to calm down because he wants to just be near his dad. So they would prepare, my mom would take my blanket, put it just right next to the stage, toys and everything. And I would sit there, and as I look up, he's just right there. So he sang all his life. And 2013, I started singing with him.
Okay.
2013, I started singing with him, and everywhere he went, he took me with. We sang 2013 all the way to 2022 when he passed. So that's all he did. And the funny thing is, everyone in my family from my dad's side sings. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
So some of them now are singing. I'm not going to mention who they're singing with.
Yes, yeah.
You know,
but big names.
Yeah. They're doing quite well. My cousins, we all sing. We literally all sing. It's only the ones that don't sing are the ones that refuse to sing.
Yes,
Like,
but they have it in them.
Yeah, that's how immense the singing talent is. And the funny thing is, my grandparents from my dad's side can't sing.
Okay.
But they gave birth to kids who sang.
Who sang, yeah.
So he never forced it on us because he was doing it. You know, music is playing every day in the house. So we started to take that up with us as well. So that's all he did. My father just sang.
There's a song by Once More where he says, Maibe indumiso yethu.
Yeah.
Maibe iphunga elimnandi.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Ah, man, and I think that comes from Revelations.
Yes.
Yeah, that comes from Revelations. And I like scriptural songs.
Okay.
You know, I was having this conversation with my wife this morning. We're listening to certain songs, and I started skipping them. And I'm like, I want songs that give praise to God. I want to hear a verse in there, you know, because I want to hear context that speaks to the Bible. Because I was like, man, we have strayed so far from that verse, just from that one line, like Maibe iphunga elimnandi. We've strayed so far. Where
it's about a hit now.
Yeah, now it's so mainstream.
It's about the visuals, the views.
It's become so mainstream, and which is kind of made me take a back seat from releasing music, because I'm like, I'm sitting on. It's not that. It doesn't sound like you can't put what I'm writing now on radio. Like, you can't put that on radio. You can't even put that on Instagram, because it's like, what about me? You know, it's this me gospel. I think now everyone is singing the me gospel. God bless me. God increase me. God do this for me. God save me. God increase me. No one's giving praise and worship to God anymore. So I think for me that, man, is the song on its own. I remember I shared a stage with him in MLO one time. Okay. And we did sing that song. And I learned that song because I saw the release, and I was like, I have to text him. You know, like, hey, man, congratulations on the song, which I did. But then I was like, I never listened to the song until the rehearsal day, and I was like, this has nothing to do with us.
Yes. You see, that's the thing about that song. It has everything
nothing
to do with God.
It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah, it's not may His favor be upon you. You're not blessing someone. You're not, you know, like, God, this is what I'm doing. Let it come and it be a fresh sense.
I don't even want to be remembered for this. Like, it's like I don't even matter in this situation. It's just about Him. And I feel like we've strayed away from that so much. We've become so needy as Christians. You know, we only come to God when we need something. We only talk about Him when He has done something. Like, we don't know how to separate ourselves from Him in terms of he's just God even without us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why most people don't sing the Psalms, because if David is not talking about how bad he is, he's talking about how good God is.
Yes.
And so it's like,
yeah,
how do I fit in there? And so this is
Yeah.
why I feel like most people run away from their music. So it's good to know we still have artists who do that. There's a lot of them, they're just not mainstream.
Yes.
Because mainstream is not going to sell.
It's not going to sell, yeah.
It's not going to sell in mainstream. So for me, that's a fundamental thing to keep.
Yeah.
Because it teaches us to truly just love God for Him.
Yeah.
You know, it teaches that. And so I pray we don't stray away from it too far.
Yeah, and I think people, when we also mention worship, we just think music.
Yeah.
You know, and I strongly believe that there are ways of worshiping.
Without singing.
Yeah,
And
without singing.
The first, again, I mean, music isn't mentioned in the first instance of worship. Abraham, when he went up with Isaac, that was worship.
Yes.
You know, whereas worship is a posture. It's me
Yes.
deciding my whole life is given to Christ.
Yeah.
Like, I love how Paul puts it in almost every letter. He's like a prisoner of God. It's harsh language.
Yes.
It's very
Yes.
harsh language because
Yeah.
it's like, why can't you be just a man of God? It's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm a prisoner to this thing.
Yeah.
I've laid my life. You know, whatever he says goes.
Yeah.
And that's his worship to him. You know?
True.
So we've dialed it down to, if I'm not a singer, then I'm not a worshiper. It's like, no. If you're a human being, you're a worshiper. You know, you can worship God in your work, how you raise your kids, how you lead your family, how you live your life, your character. And I think we've strayed away so much from that, and we've dialed it down to one thing. Whereas to singing, not everybody can sing. And so the person who sits there like, I don't sing, so
Yeah, I think it doesn't boil down to
Yeah.
just singing. You know, it's beyond that.
It's
you know?
beyond that.
I think even preaching in a train
Yeah.
is a form of worship.
It is. It
you
is,
know,
yeah.
I think serving is
Yeah,
a form of
yeah.
worship. Just like you said, it's posture.
Yeah.
You know, it's saying, look, I'm going to stop everything and I'm going to do this for you.
Yeah.
But I think we've missed it. And we think worship, we must have a guitar, a drum,
Exactly.
an organ, must have a pianist. And it baffles me because sometimes when you don't have that, what happens?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, David, for an example, was one of the best musicians you could find.
Yeah.
He used to play in harp and
Yeah.
all of that. I mean, he used to be a worshiper. Even Satan himself,
Yeah.
he used to worship.
Exactly.
And when he used to worship, the trees
Yeah.
and all the nature would go along with his rhythm,
Yeah.
you know. But I think we've really missed it. And how do we then go back to say, Lord, this is my worship? How do you advise us to say, how can we worship better? How can we bring ourselves to you, God?
I think for me it's doctrine. I think doctrine is the thing. I think because we've strayed away from what we listen to, you know.
But doctrine also goes to what you've learned.
Yeah.
For someone who wants to know worship, but is a new born again Christian.
Yeah.
How do you help that person?
Yeah, I think it'll definitely boil down to doctrine in terms of going back, in terms of the whole church just going back to that. You know, because what we feed off of is what we end up becoming. So if there's this notion that worshipers are the ones you see on stage leading for the next 45 minutes doing their worship set, you guys were worshiping. It's like now if I sit down, I'm done worshiping. It's like, no,
Yes.
you still are.
Yes.
The obedience to take in the word and listen to it, that's still worship.
Yeah.
So I think it starts with doctrine. I think it'll start with us who have decided to be in the forefront of preaching, to remind people that you don't have to sing, you don't have to play anything. The fact that your feet touch the ground when you wake up, you decide now, Lord, I'm going to worship you today with my day. This whole day is just given to you. It'll make it much more easier that when we then come as a collective to sing, it's like, no, this is just an addition to what I've been doing the whole day. The fact that I decided to sit and listen to a podcast and listen to people teaching about Christ as worship, I'm sitting under God's word.
Yeah.
That's me worshiping. I've decided me saying no to my temptation is just, this is still me rendering worship to be like. And I think the old way of living was very simplistic in terms of showing what worship was.
Yeah.
Today we live in democracy. whereas before it was sort of like dictatorship.
Yes.
So whenever the king came around, whatever you're doing, you stop and you bow.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in God's presence.
Yeah.
And now it's even the presence of God is in you. So this has to be in full posture. Like they behaved like whenever they heard the king was coming, they dropped everything.
Yeah.
The king is coming.
Yeah.
If your hair is not combed, you need to look right. If
Yeah,
you're not
you
wearing
look nice, yeah.
because the king is coming.
Yeah,
Everyone must be in position of worship to the king. If he passes here, you need to be ready. And they kind of suffered consequence after that. We have not taken that with us to say, man, the king is always with me. Who am I in his presence every day? That's my worship. And so even with Abraham, he does it because God says it. If somebody else came to him and said, you're going to have to sacrifice your son,
You
God
probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't have done it. But because it's like my whole life is a posture of worship to God. I've been following him everywhere. I'm doing it. This is just me worshiping him. He walks up there, just surrendered. You know, I think worship is that. I think if we're going to boil it down to a word, it's surrendered. Like, are we fully surrendered? Because if we just boil it down to the music and singing, then it's easy for us to categorize it.
Yeah.
To say, no, now this is me time now.
Yes.
I'm just listening to my playlist.
Yes.
I'll worship later.
Yeah.
And then in turn, it's like your whole life is then not given to him. You have categorized God, like you've given God some little space in your day, in your week. And so that's why it turns into a tool of trying to manipulate something.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not a lifestyle anymore. But worship is a whole lifestyle. It's literally that.
True. Your mom?
My mom is, she's a new widow. 4 years now.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure she's gonna be watching this. But she's been the pillar of our family. So I'm the eldest of 5 sons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm the eldest of 5 sons.
Yeah. Unkosana kahle.
Yeah. So my mom is the only woman in the house. And the first thing my dad taught us as we grew older was just to take care of mom. So we learned, there's no gender roles where I grew up.
Yeah.
There was responsibility and skill.
Yeah.
So we forsook that type of thinking from just growing up. So she holds the family together, man. She holds the family together. She is a teacher, but one thing my mom will do is pray.
Yes.
My mom will pray. My mom will pray. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. She can spend a whole day just doing that.
Just praying.
Just praying, But she's the pillar of the family. She's also the flower of the family. And my father taught us to treat her that way.
Yeah.
So that was always it. And now she's just trying to navigate life now with just God. But yeah, man, she's been so dear to us. She's been dear to my wife and I. So it's been
cool. Yeah.
It's been really that. It's been really that, and it's been such a great. It's funny growing because now it's like, oh, man, you kind of start to see things where when you were growing up where you couldn't see it. And my wife is the best reflection of that for me to see, to be like, because now I'm like,
married people, my wife.
Yeah.
Married people.
So now I'm like seeing it. I'm seeing everything that my father had to be to my mom.
To your mom,
like,
yes.
Oh man, now I understand the fundamental of how important this person actually is.
Yes, yeah.
And so, man, she's. And I know you'll probably meet her one day.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, man. Those people are superwomen, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. They're quite different, and I think for us now we kind of get a first glance at it because we're so close.
Yeah.
Where we're like, this is the mother of my children. This is going to be the mother of my children.
Yeah.
Like I finally understand everything that my
Yes.
mom had to say.
Yes.
Why she had to say
she
this.
said it,
Yeah. When you're growing up, you're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because for us as boys, we're actually very chilled most of the
Yeah.
time. So it's like other things are not such a source of urgency. But now that you're so close, you're like, I finally get it. The wiring is completely different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. Yeah.
And your prayer life, would you say your prayer life it has a lot to do with your mom?
Yeah.
Like
I think it's
she
heavily
played an influence?
Yeah, I think it's heavily influenced by mom. Mom has influenced us quite a lot when it comes to praying. Because my father and I the church we were serving at was 2 hours away from home.
Okay. Ooh.
So we couldn't take everybody with us every Sunday. There's 7 of us.
Yes.
So the 2 of us had
So
to
there
go.
was a
Mom was doing Bible study at home.
Okay.
And then my dad decided we're going to start having prayers every day. The 7 of us, 7 days in the week. So we start from the youngest, he preaches, second youngest, all the way to him Sunday. But that was heavily influenced by mom.
Yeah.
To the point that even when we left, we were like, you guys should find this church and go to it. Mom's like, nope, we're praying at home. We're going to pray at home. So, man, we heavily pray now. And now I see that with the reflection of the woman I married. Like, she will pray. And I'm like, you know, God will just decide to be like, no, I'll pay you up with what you know, and you'll just grow from that. So it's heavily influenced by that, you know. And the thing is, it wasn't such a thing to pray.
Yeah.
It wasn't really such a thing to pray because I guess you, as you grow as a man, you're wired to always figure it out. So God is more of a king than a father.
Yeah.
He's more of commander-in-chief than dad. You don't go to him for counsel, you go to him for orders.
Yes.
So my prayer life was that.
Yeah.
My prayer life was, if I go to God, I need to figure out what happens next.
Yeah.
I don't go with burdens. Whereas my mom taught me, you come. So, and you know when everyone is done praying?
Yeah.
It's your mom, she's left. You're like, in the next like 10 minutes,
yes.
and this woman's still praying.
Yes.
But then when you get to hear her pray, you're like, I don't pray like that.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking to him like my father. Like I come to him with, and yes, we all come with this awe and reverence, but then she knows how to be a child.
Yeah.
She taught me that, being a child to God. Like you can just come honest today and be like, you know what, I'm tired. And that's the prayer.
Yeah.
The prayer is,
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I don't feel like praying.
I'm tired. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired. And
So-
she was that.
Yeah. So you lose your father 4 years ago.
Yeah.
God was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that transition was something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mom at that time, I mean, she's coming across as a very mbogoto.
Yeah.
Was she praying at that time? Is she strong? Is she like, God is going to take us through? Is she like, why me?
The funny thing with that, man, is the transition from that was kind of wild because I had to grow up in 2 hours. In 2 hours, I'm 26 years old,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I had to grow up in 2 hours. We get the news at like 10 a.m. The house falls apart. In the next 20 minutes, I need to call people and start telling.
Yeah, and start telling
Yeah,
this person is no longer with us. Yeah.
The funny thing with that is our strongest support system was the twins and the third born.
Oh, you've got twins in your family?
Yeah, we got twins in the family. And they literally were the light of the house. Those 3 boys were the light of the house, man. We ran to them to just escape the pain. The funny thing is they're feeling it, but I mean, they're finding humor in so many small details. And the second born, Tabiso, he was like, yo, dog, come chill with us.
Yeah.
Because I'm everywhere. And I sat with them for like 2 seconds, and the whole time I'm just looking at my phone because I know something's gonna happen. But I was breathing, and this is in the midst of everything. So somehow, in some way, those boys pulled us through. But man, she never felt the need to be strong. She never did.
Because you were strong for her.
Yeah, she never felt the need to be strong.
Yeah.
Like she never felt the need to be like, I need to fall apart. I need to pick myself up, hold these boys up together. She never felt the need to do that because for the first time, everything that my dad taught me came up. Like every single thing. I started remembering names of people I wasn't friends with. I remembered most of the people that were far. I knew his close friends, but all of a sudden, all of these things of growing and being a man, I started understanding why he's taking me with him every time. I don't care what he was doing.
Yeah.
Junior, Asam.
Yeah.
My card.
Sam.
I'm literally sitting at the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I would see him go start the car. And I'm like, guys, I'll see you.
Yeah.
Even when I didn't want to. But it was at that moment where, but she never needed to be strong.
Yeah. I think with me, my mom passed away last year in September.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the news so early in the morning. My wife was working. My wife is in radio, so she was doing a live thing on radio. So I get the call 5 a.m. My mom has been sick from April till September. So she passes away in September. But from Good Friday, April 2025, she's sick.
Yeah.
She's in and out of hospital from April to September. She passes away 5 a.m. in the morning. I get a call from my sister. And when I get the call, I'm like, why is she calling me at 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
My sister doesn't call me at 5 a.m. And she breaks the news, Mama has passed away. I think from that moment until we buried my mom, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Like I just felt numb. I felt like, okay, I'll never see this person again. But only when on Monday it started kicking in. Because I was so busy on my phone, busy organizing flowers, getting groceries, doing everything. I was just so occupied. And I didn't get a chance to actually grieve my mom during that week. And I want to take you back to that moment. You know, as black people, we give the person a week just to prepare and all of that. The post-funeral era for you, how was that like? Because I really struggled. I took a month off work.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't. Like, I really cannot, like,
process
with my mom. How did you deal with that? Second question to that.
Yeah.
As a Christian, how do you advise someone to deal with that? Because it's very easy. People will come and say your strength is in the Lord.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to deal with that grief.
Oh, man, it was... I think because the funny thing is, he gets sick the last Sunday. But that Sunday was weird on its own. He sang one of his songs. We've never sang any of his songs, ever.
A song that he wrote?
Yeah, a song that he wrote on his album. We've never sang this song. I've worked with my dad for close to 9 years. We've never sang any of his songs on stage, ever.
Yeah.
The first time he sings it, and the lyrics are, Esandleni sika somandla ngibeka impilo yami. I'm standing on stage, man. He knows me. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to music.
Yeah.
He knows me. He's standing here and he's singing the song. The pianist doesn't know it. The backup singers don't know it.
Yes.
They know it from hearing it.
Yes.
They know, oh, it's Ingoma Yamil. I'm frustrated with him.
Yeah.
I'm standing
and you're on
there.
stage.
I'm on stage. I'm like, he's singing this song. He's struggling to find the key. And I'm like, you know what? It's cool. But the funny thing is, I think the same thing happened to me. 2 hours, I literally had to rewire my brain. Till this day, there's things I don't remember. I literally still, there's things I don't remember. I don't remember my mom's sister showing up, but I know she was there. I don't remember what happened. But I was told I was there. I don't remember a lot of things from what happened. I had to switch off my brain for a second, and I had to literally just try and run this thing. So I never had a chance to grieve at all. Like, I never did. I spoke to someone, and he was like to me, I can't help you. And his job is to help people.
Yeah.
And he sat across the table from me and said, I can't help you.
I can't help you.
You'll be wasting your money if you do these. There's nothing I can do for you. Because, man, I zoned out. I was working almost every single day, and we had to, and it was COVID.
Yes.
So we had to do everything in 4 days. So, and I was just like, from the 6th all the way to the 10th of July, I just had to, my brain was off. I remember even my barber was like, you should have come to cut your hair and look nice for the funeral. I was like, I forgot you exist.
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot you were there. So that whole time, the comfort came from having a lot of people in the house. We had like a lot of people in the house. But when they started to leave, I was like, okay, it's sinking in now. We putting the furniture back where it belongs.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to, because we were so, even if it was such a small time, I was used to sleeping on the floor next to my brother.
Yes. Doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me because it's like if you wake up, you see a face, someone will smile at you. But then after that, I had to, man, it's still a blur. I don't remember August, September after my father passed. It's just still a blur because one, it's the first death from my dad's side of the family. They've never had this happen before.
Yeah.
So it's like a rock. It hits the whole family. And everybody's like,
what do we do?
Everyone does not know how to react to this. It's the first time.
Yeah.
So the whole family's in disarray. And I'm just like, how do we handle this? My first instinct was, we just need to make sure that mom is fine. She's okay. The boys are good. And I had to not go to church. I literally called them and I told them, I don't think I can continue. You know? So I was like, I don't think I can continue. So I stopped. I haven't been on stage in the past 4 years.
You're lying.
Haven't. It's only.
Do you think you're still dealing with the death of your father?
I think I'll deal with it for a very long time. I think I found a lot of healing the funny thing is, and I think we'll probably do this again because my wife and I had dads in the same period of time without even knowing each other. I lose my dad that week. A week after she loses her grandmother and her aunt. We don't know each other.
You're lying, bro.
And then 6 months later we date. Nine months later we get married.
Wow.
So in grief,
Yeah,
that happens.
grief.
That happens in grief.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was just God saying, I'm gonna bring healing in a very different way for you. It's not gonna be like how you think. Because I'll tell you, I don't know who I'll be if I didn't meet her. Because I look back at it and I'm like, I was gonna be like, I get the person I wanted to impress my whole life is now gone.
Yes.
Let me just live for me for the first time. So God was like, no, there's no room for that. We're gonna close that gap very fast.
Yeah, man, it's fascinating, this grief thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we still have time?
I don't know.
Do you still have time?
Yeah, I do still have time.
You still have time. Mam Fundisi, do you still have time? You know what I think we should do? You said we've got 45 minutes. We were in for 45 minutes. I think we should cut it, take a break.
Yeah.
And then, I think, whenever we postpone an interview, just like I said, we've been trying to do an episode for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Same with the previous episode, Lerato. Yeah. We've also been trying to do it for the past 2 years. And whenever we sit down and actually do it, there's so much to speak about, but there's not enough time.
Yeah.
So I think this conversation deserves a part 2.
Yeah, I think
we haven't spoken about Grace Hill.
Yeah,
we haven't spoken about.
We just started.
Yeah, we just started.
Much that we haven't done.
We haven't spoken about your marriage.
Yeah.
We haven't spoken about salvation, all those things,
Yeah, we still.
So I think we can cut it here. But I want you to encourage someone who's going through grief. I want you to close it off with that, and maybe pray for that particular person who's going through grief. And maybe I don't know where you draw your inspiration from and how you dealt with it, you know. I look at unity as a family, and I looked at my mom taught me this. At least my mom left me with this, which is the salvation, which is God, But yeah, man, just a few words for someone who's actually going through this particular space and time.
Yeah.
I feel like in this episode, there's someone who's going through that and maybe needs a few words.
Yeah, man. I think the one thing that became apparent to me, and this was New Year's.
Yeah.
And this was the first time I broke down in front of everybody. So New Year's, a tradition is to go out, do the firecrackers, come back inside and pray for the year.
Yeah.
So we're sitting, Tando's talking about something, one of the twins. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting in my dad's empty space, right, on the bed.
Yeah.
So my mom is sitting next to me. The boys are sitting on the chairs.
Yeah.
And I just broke down in front of it, which has not happened that whole time. They haven't seen me cry the whole time. Even at the funeral, I try to be hide. And I think the one thing I'll say with grief is this, that even when somebody passes, that's still God visiting you. That's what in that moment, I was like, that was still you. When we were wailing and crying, that was the overwhelming presence of God. When everyone is like, what just happened? It's God going, no, it's still me.
Yeah, I'm still around.
Remember, I give and take.
Yeah.
So even the taking, it's still me. So for anyone watching, man, it's still that. It's still him. He's not robbed you. He's just graced you with his presence. It's just painful this time.
Yeah.
So let that be comfort to say, I had the privilege to be visited by God.
Yeah.
It's so strong that I was overwhelmed with emotion and couldn't handle it. So even in that grief, it's like, it's still him. You're just experiencing a part of him, the part that takes away. We're so in love with the part that gives, and we forget there's a part of him that still takes.
Yeah.
So let's pray. Father God, we thank you today. We pray for your children. We ask that you remind them that you are still the same God who gives life and takes it away. And for us to find peace in that you have visited us. You've given us the grace to be with the people you took, that we've grown so close to you that we know how to cry in your presence, to be broken in your presence, to be children in your presence, to have a real need and a gap that nothing can fill but you. So we pray for those trying to fill it with other things, may they come back and know that the only one who can fill the gap is the one who put it there in the first place. And that is you. We thank you. We bless you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Christy, part 2 is coming up. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Po, 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 po.
Yeah.
Cool. Yo, dude.
You can hit pause.
We have not actually.